Hey YouTube, what is going on? It's Huncho here, back with another video. In this video I'm going to show you guys simple mistakes that you might be making in your fights when using the Tac, how to do more damage with the shotgun itself, and how to practice these moves so they become natural in a real game. So whenever I was shooting someone from a Tac with the Tac from more than a box away, so say I was a box and a half away, you know, trying to get like a good peek here on someone with a Tac shot, I would take my shot but standing up or while moving, and you can see when I'm moving how big this box is. So I'm just gonna do it backwards walking so I can make sure I'm aiming in the same spot. 72, 39, 48, 37, shooting for the head. Now if I shoot directly in his back, 62, 63, 62, it's just because of that pellet spread. You're able to do more damage if you just shoot the enemy right in the back or the chest, whichever way they're facing.
This clip kind of reinforces my point about shooting in the body instead of the head. I open the bottom right edit and shoot him in the feet for 76.
In close range, 92 on the head, 92 on the head. But now if I crouch right before I shoot and shoot him in the head, 105, 117, 113. Now if you have the opportunity to get this close to your enemy, of course, it doesn't matter. I can hit him with a 4-shot headshot. You don't need to crouch.
Here's a situation where my teammate dies and calls out the guy's one shot and uses 2 splashes. Since he didn't get the health yet, I know that he's still white, so instead of staying in my box, I open the edit and run right at his face so I know I can get a clean headshot on him.
The summary of the first part is that if you are directly in a box with someone, you do not need to crouch, you can stand up. If you're outside the box, always crouch before you shoot because your crosshairs are going to be smaller. If you're at a distance with a purple or gold Tac, you don't need to crouch if you're shooting in the body because it's going to do the same damage as that crosshair does not change as much. So the move to practice is stealing a wall, whether it's the bottom right edit or the bottom left edit, and putting that cone in, but doing it all in one motion to where you're shooting the wall, got it, cone, so you're getting as close to them as possible for your shotgun shot.
Here's a quick clip where I shoot the wall with the sub to steal it, place the cone in, and then hit him with a Tac shot even after I miss.
And that's how you do it. The second step of this move is being under control when you come in the box. So shooting the wall, got it, open it up, cone. First shot, I'm running full speed. Second shot, I crouch. So in fast motion, it's gonna look like this. Because you're getting that first shot off while you were already looking at the opponent, and now he most likely jumped, tried to place a ramp, and now goes to shoot you. You already shot once. His eye level's here of your head, and now you crouch and you're down here.
Here's an example of this situation. I hear the guy charge up the shotgun, so I know I have the advantage because it's 2v1 and I have a Tac. I steal the wall, put the cone in, and get the 2 shots off. And when you watch this in slow motion, you can see how far off his AR shots miss for me.
The third move is if your enemy's in this box and he's on this side of this ramp, of this floor that you can tell. Most of the time I only do it if they're like very close to this wall. But if you get to steal this wall from them, don't do the cone play. Do it with a ramp. But don't Mongo Classic. Leave the ramp like this, and now shoot. Because they're going to be flustered and try to get out, and they can't go anywhere. You know, even if this is theirs, they're not going to be ready to be stuck under this ramp. Their line of sight looked like this, and now it looks like this. See that difference in camera angle? Sometimes if they're far enough back in the box and they phase up this ramp, you'll even lose that entire image of your player, and they'll think they died.
Here's an example of the fight I'm talking about. Not this first guy because I just WP'd him with the sub, but the second guy when he's on the other side of this wall. I shoot out the wall to place the ramp over him, but he actually ends up on the same side of the ramp as me, which makes it easy for me to get 3 easy tac shots on him. And you can see when I place the ramp that he goes into that floor above him, and watch how bad this charge shot misses me.
Here's the same scenario where I'm trying to break the habit of doing the Mongol Classic and I start to edit the ramp, but then I realize I don't want to do that so I can get the easy tac shots off on him. There's 2 keys to winning fights and finishing up fights quicker this season. The first one is that you need to be relentless. You cannot give up that fight. Unless you're getting third party to where you're the one getting shot at and you can't actually finish the fight without taking serious damage from another team or multiple other teams, you need to make sure that you're staying aggressive the whole time on the guy. If you have more health than your enemy, then you cannot let up during the fights this season. If you let up, he'll get away, he'll heal, and you're back off where you started, especially if you didn't have full heals yourself. He could have had fish, floppers, shield fish, chug splashes, minis, half pods. There's so many heals, and there's no 200 pumps this season. So you need to make sure that you're staying on your enemy the whole time and trying to clean up that fight as fast as you can so they can get their heals off. The second point of emphasis this season is starting fights closer to your enemy. Unless you have something like impulses or 0-point fish that you can get close to your enemy fast after you hit them with the AR or even a snipe, you want to make sure that you're within 50 to 60 meters of them before you start that fight, so that way you can keep constant pressure on without wasting all of your ammo, so you have to reload when you get there, but you don't let your enemy heal or catch up to their teammate if you're playing duos or trios. In previous seasons of Fortnite, you'll see a lot of pros that are staying completely out of boxes, which is the smart move when you have a pump that can easily shoot a length to 2 lengths of the box and still do significant damage to your opponent. But if you have a tac, you need to get in that box. Now, I'm not saying jump in a box when you're 200 health on your enemy, because that just makes it a 50-50 and who knows who's going to win that fight. I'm talking about the situations where you know you have your enemy hurt more than you, whether it's 50 health difference, 40 health difference. If it's tac versus tac, that 40 health is an extra shot. So you need to do whatever you can if you steal that wall to get in the box, whether they're trying to get out and you shoot them in the back, or you place the cone in the box so they can't place a ramp in between you. But if you're still trying to Mongol Classic and that person's looking at you, whether they have a charge or they have a tac shotgun, if they shoot first, that health advantage that you just went into that fight with is now gone, because they're going to be able to get 3 tac shots off on you before you get your 3 shots off. For duos and trios this season, the mindset should be strength in numbers. Whether it's 3v2 going into a fight, or it's a 2v2 for duos, anytime that you can split up your opponent so they're not next to each other and make it a 2v1, you're going to win the fight 99% of the time. Even if that second enemy comes into the box right after you kill the first one, you know for a fact that you have more damage collective as a team, and they don't know which one's low if you're both wearing the same skin. Leave a like on this video if you want to see more content like this from me going forward. If you want to see a different version of this, let me know in the comments as well. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And remember, in your fights this season, even if you have bad guns, so does your enemy. Unless you hear them have a purple tac or a gold tac, play with confidence even if your tac isn't doing a lot of damage, even if your sub is gray. Playing with confidence allows your enemy to be panicked, and if you're able to keep constant pressure on while staying under control, you're going to win the majority of your fights. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.